What's up? This is the MK Connect group. We have here Antia and I, Johannes, and then Jota. And we're gonna present to you our most iconic, memorable moments of the MK Connect group.
Funny thing, all I can remember from this is that I didn't really want to lead the disconnect itself. I was quite reluctant, but of course that changes.
When I look at this picture, I just remember the journey of both of you, starting off when you guys stepped into the front. I just suddenly felt words because I felt like both of you were just from a place of like a lot of work, busyness and all these things, and I just felt like you guys don't know how you're going to start, how's it going to work. But I just felt in my spirit that time was God was just going to do something, even though you guys were so busy. But because you just put Him first, I just felt that at that time that He would just work out your work schedule.
The other most significant moment that I remember, it was Edison. It was Edison's first time to multiplication party, and then Pastor Elaine was there, and then it was then she said the sinner's prayer and accepted Christ as well.
Yes.
So that was like very significant for me because you would not expect that in a multiplication.
I think everybody that stepped into this place agreed like, okay, let's make this the home for Connect permanently, even though it's not in Mont, Kiara. Sorry, Pastor Sean. But this was like a mansion.
And
literally.
I think this is when the Connect grew in number as well. And then that's where our Connect starts to grow. And then I think we have a lot of newcomers. I think Simon, Rema, Alpheus. Everybody started to join us permanently. And I think this was a really big shift in our Connect, finding a permanent home. At that point, it feels like permanent home to us, right? Having this as a permanent home really grew our family very, very, very healthily. Okay, so I remember you mentioned that you were prophesying for Simon and Rema for having a home, and then because of that itself, they decided to join us permanently. And also for Alpheus also, right? Alpheus joined us for the first time, and then he felt like, oh, actually it was so welcoming. Everybody felt like there's part of ownership. He couldn't even tell that I was a Connect leader. I was sitting next to him, I was welcoming him, but he couldn't tell that I was a Connect leader because everybody is so engaging. There is no one person taking over control of the crowd, and I think that what made him stay with us for long also.
We love you, Alpheus.
Yeah, we love you, man. I just hope that one day that all those people that are in here and they're not here will eventually come back to this group. So let's go on to the next. I think, man, I for sure, hands down, everybody here on whoever's watching this video can agree that this was the best moment of 2020.
There was such a sense of really strong, tangible atmosphere where people started to cry. People were just there were manifestations that had happened as well. We had deliverance. I wouldn't forget that.
There are two things that is very memorable for me. Is number one, it's our carriers who planned this event for us, especially for Emily, Josh, Abby, especially the three of them, right? They actually done an amazing job. If you attended this church conference at home, you will know how fantastic the entire thing, the planning, right, from the decor to the games to the food, and then to the activities that we have. I think it's fantastic. And then at the same time, the other one that is very memorable to me is, of course, where we pray for Mabel, right? Where everybody come together and pray. What's so encouraging for me to see is that everybody do it together. Like for example, Brian Lim actually surprises me the most because he came in And then not just he prayed, but he stood at the one of the very frontliners praying for Mabel as well, touching for Mabel. And even new believers like Eliza, right? That she was at the forefront. And then at the same time, we have Connect members from different regions, from Yvonne's Connect joining us. And then that was something that is so beautiful.
I felt like Conference 2020 to me was the one that actually pushed out more testimonies, and a lot of people that came actually found their breakthrough. And I was so amazed, and it was just so amazing to hear that whenever after a conference, you just hear like a little bit of those testimonies coming out. And, hey bro, I found a breakthrough. You know, I was struggling with that, this and that, and now I don't. And that was just so incredible. I just remember one night especially, I think it was the last night of conference, where we had that worship moment, you know, that spontaneous moment where I think it was Leonard and John that was leading worship that night along with Yannick. And then Esther just had this feeling to come up to share her testimony, and I kid you not, from there it started
it started rolling.
Yes,
right?
It started rolling. There was another testimony came out, and people started having the boldness to share. And because of that, it led to people's freedom. So that was the greatest thing that ever happened.
I think it was this conference that all our spiritual gifts were being released. There's a lot of us seeing visions, a lot of us hearing voices, a lot of us like having goosebumps. And the funny thing is Yannick. You would not expect the youngest boy in the crowd to speak word of wisdom, but Yannick did. He stood up in front of everybody, and he was the last person to say. We were all so shocked. Oh my gosh, this small boy suddenly raised his hand up and said that he got something to say. And when he said, and all of us were just so mind blown. It just shows that how God can actually move in every single one of us, despite your seniority in the walk with Christ.
So next, this is our most recent event.
This is the most recent one.
This is NTS Grace.
For me, I actually love this event because finally we got to hang out together and then meet on a Sunday, not just with a few people, but with a lot of people, but not too many to the point where we break the rules. But it was so good because we got to play board games again together, like finally, and also to celebrate the life of Jesus, you know, the resurrection of Christ, and people were just meeting up for the first time, and they just kind of got reconnected over the, I think, years. So, you guys want to
I think this Easter, right, I think half of us are new. Especially like Elaine brought the sisters along. Even Joy ever brought friends. Yvonne's Connect joining us. And I think this is the longest time Gideon ever stayed in my house, to be honest. From beginning to the end, he stayed like the longest in my house. And I think we just had a very wonderful time to have each other's company.
We just want to thank your mom for this moment, man. Like, she just graciously opened up her house, and then also, not only that, she cooked for all of us. Not just one dish, but was it 7 dishes or 8 dishes? 7 dishes, and served with fruits, and all of them were nicely cut, nicely presented. It was just like 5-star hotel level, guys. And with that, these are our most iconic, memorable moments of MK Connect. Peace out.
Any last word?
Oh wait, this one, the last one you can add, right? Okay. With that, then it's our most iconic moments of MK Connect.
Don't forget to like, subscribe to our Connect, and
if you have your most favorite moments, do comment on the chat box right now.
Okay, that was good.
Pas de soleil, pas de soleil.